Tshwane Mayor Dr. Nasiphi Moya says following the AG report that was tabled to Tshwane in January, the city has tightened forensic investigations against several officials and companies. 39 criminal referrals have also been made. 70 cases have been referred to the Financial Disciplinary Board, and 3.6 billion rand in unauthorized, irregular and fruitless expenditure is being investigated. Dr. Moya says they want to see stronger consequence management to stop corruption in the Tshwane municipality.
Corruption is rife, and if you're not acting on financial misconduct, you're going to have a problem. The other one is our amount of irregular expenditure, unauthorized wasteful expenditure. And AG says we don't investigate quick enough. As a mayor, I'm dealing with a backlog of 1,000 forensic investigations that span back to 2012. So all of those we are now dealing with.
And it is on this reality of rampant corruption that the DA has called for a deeper probe into the business affairs of Tshwane Deputy Mayor Eugene Modise to determine whether he is financially benefiting from the municipality, as this is unlawful.
I wrote to the City Manager requesting for investigation specifically into a watchman tender. This tender was highlighted by the Auditor General in his management letter, and subsequently it also came to light that the Deputy Executive Mayor Eugene Modise is or was part of this company, although he's no longer a director of the company. But what was very concerning is that it seems as if this company owed SARS 59 million rand at the time when the tender was awarded, which then begs the question, how was the tender awarded to them if they could not have had a tax clearance certificate? I've asked for it to be sped up because it is against the Structures Act for a councillor to in any way financially benefiting from a city. So we're asking for a twofold investigation. Number one, look into the tender and how the tender was awarded to these various security companies, and then subsequently also, is the Deputy Executive Mayor and MMC of Finance financially benefiting from this tender.
Tshwane Mayor says Modise will not receive any special treatment, and a probe is already looking into the allegations.
We are saying we're not going to shy away. When wrong things have been committed, we can't shy away, because if we do, we are contributing to the culture that AG has said to us is actually crippling this institution. On the issue of the Deputy Executive Mayor, and I think we have explained before that the allegation was put to us. We then asked him to respond, where he said that the appointment was obviously made way before he was a councillor or Deputy Executive Mayor, and that he had resigned when he became councillor. But we then said, obviously we're dealing with an issue of public trust here. It's not enough for me to say this is what he says, let's stop it there. We then said, no, let's proceed with the investigative report, which is already been instructed the officials to work on it. So there's no attempt not to investigate anything.
Responding to the calls of a probe into him, Tshwane Deputy Mayor Eugene Modise says he believes that this is all just a political gimmick.
It was a political gimmick. Indeed, the company was established by myself, and I didn't hide it to anybody else. I made a declaration immediately when I came into council. The company, I resigned from the company a year before I could be a councillor. Just around that time, they painted a picture because of the 300 million rands. It's for 22 companies and protection for the entire city.
But is this particular company, even though you're no longer the director, is it doing business with the state?
Yes, it's the contract lapsed now in February, but the invoices were ranging between 2 million, 2.5 when I left.
Do you owe SARS money that's linked to this particular company?
I don't owe SARS.
Are you in any form, perhaps with other companies that may have not been mentioned yet, are you involved with any other company that might be doing business with the state currently?
No, I've got businesses, but I don't have anyone that is doing currently a business with the government. But I've got companies. I'm a businessman.
The probe could have a serious impact on the power-sharing deal between Action SA, the ANC, and the EFF in Tshwane, as the mayor faces pressure to lead with integrity and not cover up for those who are in a coalition with her. Meanwhile, the DA also wants clarity on another security tender in Tshwane with over 40 million rand, this putting more pressure on Tshwane Mayor Dr. Nasiphi Moya. Patricia Fasaki, SABC News in Pretoria.